Hi, my name is Adam Eisenberg, and I'm running for re-election to Seattle Municipal Court Position 3. I joined the bench in 2017 with important and diverse legal experience. 7 years as a criminal prosecutor, 5 years as a civil defense attorney, and 13 years as a commissioner and magistrate. I also bring lived experience as a Jewish person and a gay man. As a judge, I believe in restorative justice. Restorative justice demands that we recognize our courts have been plagued by systemic racism, bias, and prejudice. Generations of injustice must be corrected through honest dialogue and reforms that address the root causes of criminal behavior while providing alternatives to the traditional response of jail and fines. Among the crimes we see in Seattle Municipal Court are domestic violence offenses. I grew up with an abusive father, and I know treatment is critical to healing the survivors, their families, and the abusers. That's why I helped create the Domestic Violence Intervention Project, a community-based program that serves as an alternative to jail. DVIP provides individualized treatment to break cycles of abuse and trauma. On a lighter note, I am co-director of Youth Traffic Court. That's where Garfield High School students come to our court once a month and serve as judges, jurors, prosecutors, and defense attorneys for other teens who have gotten tickets in Seattle. I am proud to have been chosen by my colleagues to serve as their presiding judge, and in my re-election bid, I've been endorsed by former Governor Christine Gregoire, Supreme Court Chief Justice Stephen Gonzalez, and Justice Mary Yu, County Council members Jeannie Cole Wells and Dave Upthegrove, City Council President Deborah Juarez, and Council Member Andrew Lewis. I've also been endorsed by local Democrats, unions, prosecutors, public defenders, defense attorneys, and many more. The King County Bar Association has rated me exceptionally well qualified, and I earned the same rating from 4 minority bar associations during my first term. I am committed to healthy, just, and inclusive communities, and I would be honored to have your vote. Thank you.
I'm a first-generation Indian American, a child of immigrants, born and raised in the Pacific Northwest, and would be the first South Asian woman elected as judge in Seattle Municipal Court. Seattle faces serious issues with recidivism, chronic homelessness, and untreated mental illness that have not been addressed by the existing judges. The only method to hold the court accountable for its failure to act urgently in Seattle's interest is to challenge the currently seated bench. I'm running against the judge who, in my opinion, is the most biased, ineffective, and pro-prosecution judge on that bench. My career as a public defender was a crucible of constant interaction with the courts, the prosecutors, defendants, and the community. I've taken 11 criminal cases to trial and prepared hundreds that were either dismissed or pleaded before seating a jury, all to outcomes that were the best I could obtain for my clients and aligned with a profound respect for the law. My experience taught me to understand that every defendant, witness, and victim is a human being with their own challenges and struggles who may be triggered by the trauma they have experienced in their life. A compassionate perspective that is underappreciated by the existing bench. I've practiced in district courts in both Snohomish and King County, and most recently in Seattle Municipal Court. During this final 10-month stretch in Seattle, I saw a dramatic rise in petty crimes of desperation exacerbated by untreated mental illness, a decline in the services available to defendants and their families, and a disturbing unwillingness by the court to acknowledge or address the issues that truly drive misdemeanor crime. I stand for compassion, fairness, and restorative justice, and have received exclusive endorsements from the King County Democrats, the Young Democrats of King County, the Democrats for Diversity and Inclusion, the Women's Political Caucus, the Democratic legislative districts of the 46th, 37th, and 43rd, and more. I believe this support reflects that the current court fails to adequately support public safety, has not earned the confidence of Seattle, and must do better. If elected, I will elevate the standard of judicial competence and integrity in Seattle. I would be honored to have your vote.